Okay, so I've got it in time, got the hook in time, and I ended up having to get the feed dogs in time because they were a little bit out of time. Um, but what I thought was correct. It was this that was out of time, and here's how I was able to tell for sure, 100%. Normally, all the screws are very tight. When usually when a repair shop works on them, they tighten them up because they have to be tight. And as well, when they've been tightened for several years, which they normally are, the oil and stuff will dry up on them, and so it'll make it extremely hard for them to come loose. Um, all the rest of the screws, all these screws were tight. These two were just barely more than hand tight. They weren't tight at all. So that right there tells me that yes, someone has recently messed with those as well, which is typical of Singer. Um, this shaft has a flat on it for one of the set screws to set on. This shaft has a flat on it for one of the set screws to set on. This shaft does not have a flat anywhere on it. That is typical of Singer, and different machines do it different ways, but that is very typical of Singer. So normally, if it does move, it's going to be right here on a Singer, but you do need to verify that. But that is very typical. As well, there's normally no flats on here. There's two set screws, and again, this is what controls the up and down movement of your feed dogs, which is how you've got to get it in time. Normally there's only one setting for that for your feed dog. Sometimes because it moves in there's two different movements to your feed dog. Sometimes there's two, but normally there's only one. So I got it in time here, and I tightened the set screws up. Then the feed dogs were a little bit out of time. Both of these screws were just a little bit more than hand tight, so again that tells me that someone messed with those. So I got that in time. That is very, very important, because if your feed dogs are out of time, your fabric's going to move when your needle is in the material. You're going to break needles. You're going to tear up fabric. You're going to tear up bobbin cases. You're going to mess up your hook. You're going to have a ton of problems, and it'll all happen in about half a second. So very, very important to make sure that both the feed dogs and your hook is in time. Anyway, I'm going to turn this machine over, and I will show you how it looks and what it's supposed to look like in just a second. I'll come right back.